Governor Josh Shapiro and his family recover after a recent arson. SEPTA is navigating its way through their budgets, and one cut might bring concern for Pennsylvanians.
Former President Barack Obama praises Harvard University with a statement. And later, a celebrity team has gained a lot of attraction on their trip to space. Welcome to Woo TV. I'm Damya Walton, and this is Allison Padula.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's mansion was set fire to Sunday and left significant damage that forced the governor, his family, and guests to evacuate. The suspect, Cody Balmer, climbed over the exterior fences and broke 2 windows and threw Molotov cocktails inside, starting the fire. The motive on whether the attack was political or religious is still under investigation, as the act was done on the Jewish holiday of Passover. Balmer's family claims mental illness could have been a cause for the crime. Fortunately, no one was injured, and Balmer is facing charges of attempted murder, aggravated arson, burglary, and terrorism.
SEPTA has released a new budget proposal that will entail a 45% service cut and a 21.5% fare increase in the Philadelphia area. This reduction in services stems from a lack of state funds, leading to a dramatic reduction in services that Pennsylvania residents rely on to get to work, school, and recreational areas. According to Governor Josh Shapiro, these cuts are entirely avoidable if the Senate passes a common-sense budget proposal to support mass transit. Former President Barack Obama made a statement on X, formerly Twitter, praising his alum Harvard University for rejecting President Trump's demands, as the university faces a freeze of more than $2 billion. In the statement, Obama stated, and quote, "Harvard has set an example for higher education institutions, rejecting an unlawful and ham-handed attempt to stifle academic freedom, while taking concrete steps to make sure all students at Harvard can benefit from an environment of intellectual inquiry, rigorous debate, and mutual respect."
Katy Perry and Gayle King took off to space on April 14th, along with journalist and philanthropist Lauren Sanchez, film producer Carrie Ann Flynn, former NASA rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, and civil rights activist Amanda Nguyen. They are the first all-women crew to lift off since 1963. Bowe was the first Bahamian woman in space, and Nguyen is the first Vietnamese woman in space as well. The trip was around then 10 minutes, and the crew experiencing microgravity for about 4 minutes before making their trip back down. The women were all very emotional upon their return to Earth, describing the experience as profound and unbelievable.
Over the course of this month, many Temple University students' visas have been revoked for no reason why. On April 2nd, university shared that a student had self-deported in response to the revoked visa status. In response to this, President John Fry stated, "We deeply value all international members of our community, and we are committed to doing all we lawfully can to assist in circumstances like this." The school's Office of Global Engagement is now monitoring the situation on campus.
This past Tuesday, lawyers debated if the NHL hockey player Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew had a hand in their own deaths. According to the defense, the brothers' blood alcohol levels of .129 were higher than the .08 legal limit in New Jersey and the .087 blood alcohol content that the police recorded for Sean Higgins, the alleged drunken and enraged driver. After nearly 2 hours of argument, the judge agreed that the issue was null and void under New Jersey criminal law, thus upholding all charges against the driver, which includes manslaughter and vehicular homicide. The Philadelphia Zoo is excited to announce their new plans for renovating their 42 anchor gardens. The project will take place in stages, with the first garden bed being debuted later this month, which will be seen at the zoo's main entrance. The last of the projects are expected to be unveiled in the fall. Once complete, the gardens will include 8,150 square feet of cultivated work featuring 78 different plant species. Also, the zoo is debuting zootopiaries, 3-dimensional mosaic topiaries that will be spread throughout the zoo. There will be statues of giraffes, butterflies, fish, and more, all using over 22 plant species. These statues will remain open until October. Crozier Health CEO Tony Esposito, will be stepping down April 18th after 2 years of service to the corporation. This resignation decision comes as Crozier suffers bankruptcy concerns and is on the brink of closing its 2 hospitals. Esposito hopes that the company will continue to provide life-saving medical care and support for their hospitals' communities. Phillies first baseman Bryce Harper found out and revealed the gender of his child during Monday's game against the Giants. Harper ordered 2 bats, 1 pink and 1 blue, and asked Phillies shortstop Trey Turner for help. "I was confused at first, but I think he wanted to share that moment with us," Trey Turner said. Harper used the blue bat in his first inning at bat, signaling that he and his wife Kayla were having a boy. With their 2 daughters and 1 son already, this will be their 4th child. Now let's head over to Dillon Hastings at the sports desk.
I'll be talking about sports right after this commercial break. Stay tuned.
Wherever you go at Widener, you've always got your pride. Everywhere you go, and behind everything you do. And before you know it, you are working in your field, realizing your life's ambitions before you even leave Widener.
If you have a dream, come join us.
Widener University. Many roars,
one pride.
Welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Dillon Hastings. With the NFL Draft being next week, the Eagles are bringing in more and more prospects for visits and interviews. The one visit that garnered attention, Georgia safety Malachi Starks. Starks is widely regarded as the best safety in this draft class and could be joining an Eagles defense already loaded with Georgia Bulldogs. 18 games into the season, the Phillies have not found consistency out of players they expected to make big steps this year. The Phil's 9th batting position has a 140 average, worse than the majors so far. Manager Rob Thompson gave Brandon Marsh 2 days off earlier this week to give him a reset. Fans have been calling for the debut of top prospect Justin Crawford to replace center fielders Marsh and Johan Rojas. They will open a 3-game series against the Marlins on Friday. The Sixers wrapped up their season Sunday, finishing the season with a 24-58 record, their worst since 2017. General Manager Daryl Morey had a lot to say at his exit interview. For starters, he confirmed that head coach Nick Nurse will be returning to the sidelines next season. The two have expressed they have optimism that Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey should be at 100% next season. Morey claims that the team has positioned themselves to bring restricted free agent Quentin Grimes back. The NBA draft lottery is May 12th, and the Sixers have a 64% chance to keep their draft pick. Matthew Christ has become the first Widener men's volleyball student athlete to be named to an all-conference team. The senior out of Newfoundland, New Jersey, was named to the All-MAC honorable mention team. During the season, Christ has led the Pride with 308 kills in 89 sets played. Women's lacrosse first-year midfielder Claire Lynch knocked down nearly double-digit goals in the week, earning her MAC Offensive Player of the Week. Lynch shot a perfect 4 of 4 against Hood, and she would match a career-high 5 goals against Albright later in the week. That's all for the Sports Desk. I'll be in the Weather Center shortly with your weekly forecast.
Let's go, Pride!
Widener senior nursing major Lizzie Martin had the opportunity to switch with President Robertson for a day. This annual tradition is an example of the university's commitment to experimental learning and leadership development. Martin sat in high-level meetings and got to be behind the president's desk, while President Robertson attended nursing classes and worked Martin's student ambassador shift in the admissions office. Both parties enjoyed their time in each other's shoes for a day. The Brandywine SPCA is hosting their annual Walk for Paws on April 26th at the West Goshen Community Park in Westchester from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The fun will start with a 5K color run, followed by a 1K walk, and then a relaxing puppy yoga session. Guests will also enjoy live music, food trucks, unique vendors, a pet costume contest, a kids fun zone, and much more. Walking or running, every step helps homeless animals in the community. Sign up at the Brandywine SPCA website.
Get your paddles ready. A new facility for indoor pickleball, The Bounce, is expected to open on August 1st in Center City. The facility is expected to have 13 large spaces for social activity, tutorials for beginners, and more. Interested in other locations? Search bouncepb.com. Rosemont College and Villanova University have announced the two will be merging in a multi-year contract. Villanova plans for Rosemont to be a satellite campus under the name of Villanova University Rosemont Campus and will honor the legacy of its founders, Society of the Holy Child, Jesus. The first phase of the transition will occur in 2027, and students who have not completed their degree by 2028 will have the options to transfer to Villanova's main campus.
Good news for Philadelphia, the Love Park portal is here to stay. After technical complications, the fate of the portal was unsure. The portal will be moving from Love Park and towards City Hall, where it is planned to stay. The portal will host multiple cultural activations, including live music, community events, and special celebrations, starting with the Global Day of Dance on April 29th, where the world will dance together through the portal's network. The portal is expected to remain in the city for 2 years and will be here for the nation's 250th anniversary celebrations in July of 2026. The Widener Communication Studies and Digital Media Informatics are hosting the WooComs Awards. The following categories you can nominate yourself or a friend: Best Campus Event, Best News Package, Best Sports Segment, Best Woo TV News Block, Best Podcast, Best Graphic, and Best Social Media Promotion. Submit your nominations to the QR code on woo_coms on Instagram.
After this quick break, we'll be back in the Weather Center with Dillon Hastings for the weekly forecast. Make sure to stay tuned.
Welcome to the Weather Center. This week on Saturday, we have a beautiful partly cloudy day with a high of 85 and a low of 61. Then on Sunday, we'll have a mostly cloudy day with a high of 69 and a low of 50. On Monday, it will be a cloudy day with a high of 66 and a low of 57. On Tuesday, it will be a sunny day with a high of 76 and a low of 51. And then on Wednesday, we'll have another sunny day with a high of 73 and a low of 51. That's all for the Weather Center. Right back to the desk.
This week, we have some exciting Widener events happening all across campus. Join Black Men United and their collaborators at the Fashion Experience, their annual fashion show highlighting the creativity and elegance of the student body. The main event will be held on April 18th at 7 p.m. in Alumni Auditorium. The after party in Latham Hall starts at 11 p.m. with an entrance fee of $2, but free for those who attend the fashion show. The Widener University Office of Student Inclusion and Belonging presents the 5th annual Lavender Ceremony, Friday, April 25th in the University Center Web Room at 5:30 p.m. The ceremony is meant to honor and recognize the experiences and successes of our undergraduate and graduate students within the queer community. Participation is open to those who identify, allies, and all. Rainbow skulls will be bestowed. It is free to participate. For more details and to register, visit Widener_OSIB on Instagram.
Looking to get moving and boost your physical health? Join Widener Campus Safety for Steps for Safety every Monday at 4 p.m., meeting in the Old Main parking lot. Campus Safety and Pride Rec are hosting a half-hour walk around campus. The walk is open to students and faculty, and no sign-up necessary. There will also be prizes awarded for weekly participation.
Please join Widener Communication Studies and Digital Media Informatics majors for their capstone presentations on Friday, April 25th from 9:45 a.m. to 11:40 a.m. Seniors have been working all year on their projects. All presentations will be held in Freedom Hall 122 with free coffee and snacks.
Thank you for watching this episode of WU TV. For the behind-the-scenes crew, Dillon Hastings and Damya Walton, I'm Allison Padula. Good night.